and you take a deep breath in, and you're looking around, and you swear there's something there. Something watching you.
His one lead is Thomas Puck.
Hey, Jessica.
You hear a voice in your head, and it says, "Trip him." Clearly, this is a young woman who has been stabbed to death.
You're kind of snooping around that body a little close there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Party Makes Things Worse Monster of the Week edition. Our campaign is titled The Prince of Charming. We find our heroes today, our party, our group, our survivors, I guess, in a small town by the name of Charming, Mississippi. These characters are either fully inoculated in the sense of the strange, or they don't believe it at all in the sense of Connor Connors, who is a typical FBI agent who doesn't believe that there's anything going bump in the night. We jump into the scene with Thomas Puck and Connor Connors. Thomas Puck has just been confronted by Connor Connors. Thomas threw his car rapidly into reverse and backed up. Connor, what are you doing as he throws the car in reverse? He hasn't made it any distance yet.
I want to act under pressure and reach in and just turn the keys off.
Roll me a plus cool.
That just can't be how the cars work. That just can't be how cars work, can it? 1 second, I gotta go try something.
All right, so that is a 6 plus 3, so a 9.
You can do it, but you're going to have to hurt Thomas in the process. You have to like wrestle his hand away so you can get at the key.
No, I won't hurt him right now.
You go to reach in and you see his hands in the way, and you pull back at the last second so you don't slam into Thomas's hand. Thomas, you do notice this, that he was about to do it and then pulled back at the last second. Thomas, what are you doing right now?
I think what happens is he reaches in for it, grabs the keys. Thomas whips around to grab his arm, and the truck is just extremely slowly rolling backwards. Like, as we're doing this at that, like, just no brakes, 1 mile an hour, it rolls back. As his hand slips off, Thomas, like, rips back, like, 10 feet. Seeing you reach off for it is good and all, but, like, I don't see how Thomas could look at that and not go, this is a stabber. This is I found a stabber. It's my only problem. Except for like him taking it off. So I think that in this split second, I'm going to read a bad situation. And I hope I roll really well, because if I roll well, I will come to the conclusion that he is not a stabber.
Yeah, so it's a plus sharp.
That is a 11.
You can
hold 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's the biggest threat? Are there, and I think the answer to this is all going to be pretty closely tied. Are there any dangers I haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? And what's the most vulnerable to me? Just boom, boom, boom. Trying to immediately get a sense of like, am I in danger? If I'm in danger, how do I hurt this man so that I'm not in danger anymore?
You do see that he has, against his silhouette, you see a holstered weapon. A government-issued handgun.
It's 9mm.
Yeah, so you got a 9mm on his hip that you can see there. Just barely, you see the glint of it as his jacket pulls back. So you haven't noticed that he does have a firearm on him. What's most vulnerable to you? If you
it occurs to me I am in car.
Yeah, you just hit him and he's done for. Yeah, what's the biggest threat here? He seems threatening in a vague sense, but he's not currently in a vehicle. We saw like those tire marks back there. He's not brandishing a blade at you. You don't fit the current MO of this missing person and murder. He is asking you a question or making a statement that seems more like an official statement, like, why were you touching that body? Don't do that again. That's not something that a murderer says,
yeah,
as much as something that somebody else might say.
So I'll say it's funny. You saw the two of them. I have 99. I have 9mm. The other weapon I did take, big knife.
He does have a big knife.
I do have a big knife.
You didn't see it. That's like an ankle holster. You
I
don't
think
see it.
so. I think I throw the car in reverse. I back up like 20 feet, throw it in drive, and am pointed at him, and then stop and see the gun. And there's maybe a heartbeat of like, oh, am I in danger? And then I realize like, oh, she was stabbed to death. If he had a gun and been the perpetrator, that would have just been done. And then I think about what he said. And it's such a weird thing to say. And then I realize the sheriff told me there's no one else. And so while still in drive, Thomas Puck's head just slowly comes out of the driver's side window and he goes, "What? Who the fuck are you, man?"
Concerned citizen.
All right. Well, concern yourself with your own fucking business then, man. And I throw my car in drive and listen, I tried to make it so that you could introduce me to your character and you said no thank you. And I drive off to go find Charles.
Yeah, Thomas, you drive off. Connor, he didn't run you over.
Yeah.
You know that much. He didn't hit you with his car. What do you do as he peels off into the day?
I
Yeah,
pull
this
out
is
my
not very
pistol
early. This
and
is
start
morning.
firing through the back window.
I already got the info that I needed from my sniper's location. So I kind of just get in my car. Do I get a feel for where he's going? Or like, do I see kind of him turn off somewhere? I follow this guy a decent bit. Do I know
Yeah,
kind of his
roll
hangouts?
roll plus sharp.
Investigating or reading a bad
This
situation?
isn't
Or...
even really an investigation. I guess it's investigative mystery because you're asking where did it go, but it's just plus sharp.
Cool. I only ask because I have a special ability. When I read a bad situation, I can use cool instead of sharp.
Oh.
Cool.
10 minus 1, so a 9.
You get one. Where did it go? You've been following Thomas Puck for quite a while now. There's only two places he goes. That is his hotel room, or it's to look at Charles Kevinson through some telescopic lenses in a tree.
Mhm.
So, your guess is as good as mine, but it's one of those two.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna go, because he's doing some weird shit. He's gonna do some more weird shit. He's gonna go to Charles.
Yes, which is true. So you hop in your vehicle and you start it up and drive out towards where you believe this would be Charles Kevinson's residence, right?
No, I last saw him at school.
You saw him at the school.
And I also just saw him at the school.
And yeah, that's great. You would all know where you're heading. With that, you're all heading the same direction. Jessica, we cut back to you. You headed home at the end of the last episode. You were invited to go do a rehearsal / performance in the park, but you were a bit shaken after causing a bit of an incident on the cheerleader pyramid and injuring Taylor Finney. Injure is a strong word. She was slightly
I didn't
harmed.
stab her 24 times.
She got
That's what you're
shot.
asking.
Yeah, you didn't stab her 24 times. But
Not
she
even
was,
once. Okay, 0.
She was shocked and then it all stumbled and she had to sort of limp away a little bit. But you are back home now. Certainly enough time has passed since that. What are you doing?
I want to ask, do I know yet who is missing? I don't think I know anyone's even dead.
So you know that Janice Cornwall is missing. You've heard nothing else.
Okay, I would probably say I don't know if I have many friends left, to be honest. I'm gonna ask around and see what the heck is going on. And if I can't find that out, it might be a good opportunity for me to seek out one of our lovely party members, to be honest.
At this moment, you know that Charles has a bit more information, but you recently separated from him. If you wanted to call around to your friends, your only options really right now would be William Graham. He is the student body president, so you know him. He interacts a lot with the various athletics departments. So you could contact him. He knows a lot of stuff that's going on in town and on campus. You could also attempt to call Emily Harris, the captain of the cheerleading squad, after their practice gets out.
I would Probably not call Emily. From the last the last session, I think she didn't really even know what was going on. She was like, okay, we'll just leave. And I said, obviously, no. So I'll call, what's his name?
William Graham.
William Graham.
He goes by Will for most people. So you walk over to your dial phone, call him up. It rings a couple of times, and then you hear, hello?
Hey, this is Jess. Do you know why we got kicked out of campus today?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you this, but, it looks like Janice Cornwall died.
She died.
Yeah, she went missing.
Yeah, I know she's
a
missing.
day
How
or
did she
two ago.
die?
She got stabbed.
By who?
They don't know. I think that's why we had to shut down.
Okay, I gotta go.
Okay, yeah, I mean, let me know if you need anything, all right?
Beep.
The second you set the phone down, it rings again.
Hello.
You hear the voice of Emily Harris. Hey, Jessica. When you went home, you didn't happen to pass by Taylor Finney, did you?
No.
Okay. Keep an eye out because we thought she came with us, but then after we started practice, I kind of lost track of her. She was,
What do you mean lost track? Where did she go?
She wasn't on the pyramid or anything because she was still feeling a little bit rough after the pyramid collapsed, and so we were rehearsing, we were practicing, and then I looked around one time and she just wasn't sitting over on the bench she was at before. I don't know. I assume she went home, but I'm a little worried with the school being closed and all.
Okay,
That's all.
yeah, I'll go check on her. Did she go to her dorm? Did she go home? Where did she go? Do you know?
Well, the campus is still closed, so I don't think she went to the dorms because I don't think we're allowed on yet. But
I'll go to her house and I'll check on her.
all right, thanks. Give me a call.
Okay, I will.
Chiclunk. Jessica, you do know where Taylor Finney lives. She also lives near the skirts of town, which is where the body was found before, but on the opposite side of town. So the body was found of Janice Cornwall all the way to the north end of town. This is all the way down to the south. So you set out. Do you take a bike? Do you drive a car? Do you walk? What's your mode of transportation?
At this in this year, I probably would ride a bike, especially since I live so close to campus.
Your parents believe in bootstraps. They're not going to buy you a car on their own. You got to save up for it.
No, I don't think I'm that rich.
Yeah, so you hop on a bike and you set off. Pretty quickly, you make your way down to Taylor Finney's home. A fairly small house, maybe a 2-bedroom. She was an only child, so didn't need too much. Do you walk up and knock on the door? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll walk up and I'll knock on the door just to see if anyone's home.
Yeah, you walk up. It's yellow paneling, a wooden door, and a matronly woman of about 55, plump, rosy cheeks, opens the door, curly hair. She says, "Oh, hey, how can I help you? Oh, is that you, Jessica? I haven't seen you in so long."
Hi, Mrs. Finney.
Well, what's up, Jess?
We just got sent home from practice, and I was just wondering, is Taylor here?
No. She was gonna be down at the performance. Was the practice? It was supposed to be the performance, right?
Performance, yeah. They went to practice the performance. The performance got canceled, and she was supposed to go, but I guess she didn't.
Oh, no, I haven't seen her yet. I assumed she was still with all the other girls.
Okay, you don't know anywhere else she could be?
No, she said she'd be coming right back here afterwards.
Okay, she might be on her way. I'll go try and look for her.
All right, yeah, I mean, with you on your bike and all, I'm sure you probably made better time than her walking.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, yeah, give me a call. Let me know if she's all right.
And then I think I'll try and retrace her steps back to the school.
Roll plus sharp.
This is gonna be one of those things. I rolled a 4 and I have +0.
Or you follow the shortest route
Mark experience.
Yeah, mark experience. You're gonna level up
I'm
real
gonna be
quick.
level 1 million, y'all.
You follow the shortest path there. You don't know if that's the path she takes. There are other options that might be faster if she took, a bus line, or if she walked, if she wanted to go uphill or downhill, whatever. There are other choices. You don't see her. You follow another path down a little ways. You still don't see her. You make it all the way down to the park itself, and you still don't see her. And we jump over to Charles Kevinson. Charles, you are on campus shutting everything down here. You've been sending many people away. A lot of them pretty grumbly about this. They've come from out of town. They're ready. There's cars full of stuff to be moved in. This is terrible.
I'm the parents doing the 3-hour drive to drop their kid off today, who now need to go find a hotel room in fucking charming Mississippi.
Yeah. This is a rough bag to handle. How's Charles doing? How's he feeling about this?
Definitely like exasperated, just wanting to run away from all the families coming, but chugging the rest of that fruit punch, trying to hand some out to the parents to be like, give them like directions about like, I guess Charming's own hotels and maybe like ones within like a 30-minute radius of here too.
Roll manipulate someone, so plus charm.
Oh boy. 10 minus 2 for 8.
You are successfully ushering people away. You're giving them locations. You know that the 2 motels in Charming aren't going to house all of these parents and children. So you are giving those further distances out. So you are essentially freeing up the congestion that these people would have been causing in town otherwise. So you do send many of them a bit of ways away. So success. After a few more rounds of this pass, Thomas Puck, you rip in to the parking lot here, slam the brakes, throw it in park, and step out.
I would love to roll plus sharp to see if I've noticed that I'm being followed.
Go ahead.
I do. So just as he takes, I'm going to just say that like he takes the last turn before you get to the college, and because they needed enough space to build it, it is the first road that is just like a very long, very straight road. And so despite Connor's careful effort to like tail him, eventually we have to both be on this very long road. And I look at my rear view and I go, son of a bitch, as I see this thing pulling up behind me. And so he'll speed up a little bit, seeing the advantage of other parents coming and going. He remembers in this moment that campus is closed and will pull in all the same, park the car, and hop out.
Yep, you hop out. You quickly see Charles Kevinson down a ways, negotiating with a couple of parents, telling them their best bet of which hotel to find. And they turn away. The father's red in the face. The mother's embarrassed by the antics going on here. Charles, you take a deep breath in and exhale it. As Thomas, you make your way over to Charles.
I just kind of end up pushing past some of the parents. A lot of them are already clearing out. And so I'll try to just like grab Charles, hoping that I can immediately curry some favor. I'll like give a little like, sorry, gotta get a statement, turn around and pull Charles off to the side. And go, all right, take a minute, catch your breath, because I can just see the anxiety sort of flowing over the top of you.
I mean, it's not really part of my job for today, but everyone's kind of being thrown out to the bulwark of the campus. But I guess they've got a couple more people that can help redirect. Thanks.
Yeah, man. So, there's no 2 ways to go about this. So you know about what happened this morning, yeah?
Yes, I believe one of our students has like kind of been reported as having died.
Yeah, that's great. As I turn around and look at some of the other people coming around, I see Connor's car pulling in, and I go, shit. All right, let me introduce myself. My name is Thomas Puck. I reach out and I shake. I go to shake your hand.
I give you a handshake, and my hand feels kind of like not wooden, but like sort of like human hand, but sort of cloven too.
Okay,
It's like
that's.
underneath
Oh,
your
damn.
ability.
You need to get some lotion on those things. I am what you would call an investigative reporter for the Mississippi Inquirer. And as I look back around and see the car pull in, and I go, that gentleman right there, and I point to Connor's car, is following me.
Janitor?
Yeah, see, he's been following me around all day. I was trying to find a time to talk to you, and now I'm afraid that he has some message or thought of ill intent towards the situation, so I'm having to kind of break my... Normally, I would try to do this a little bit more casually. I have reason to believe that you have knowledge of the occult world, and I cannot... My normal song and dance would involve a lot more time for us to get to know each other before I tried to broach a subject of this nature, but the man is following me, and there's other things going on in town, and I find myself on my back foot and scatterbrained. I would love to talk to you about whatever it is that's going on with you and the other people in this town, and the fact that it is 106 degrees in August, because I'm trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together, and it seems as if I have taken too long because a young woman has died this morning, and I am finding myself feeling somewhat adjacent to responsible. So,
You think that janitor killed her then, or
no, he had a pretty golden clad opportunity to shoot me a few minutes ago and decided not to, which I greatly appreciate. I'm just assuming he's got something going on. I look back. I go, the fact is, when you're in my line of work, people warn you all the time that at some point a man in a black suit will come and drag you into a van, and, well, he's not in a suit, but he does have a van, and I'll sort of start to scurry down the hill into campus somewhat.
We can talk in my shed then.
As you make your way to Charles's shed, we jump over to Connor, who is throwing the car into park. You see Thomas and Charles talking to each other, and you do see them turn to start walking downhill. Do you follow? What are you doing?
Shit. This just got rougher. Yeah, I follow.
Yeah, you step out and start wide stepping your way down towards where Thomas and Charles are heading. Thomas, you look over your shoulder. He's coming up behind you.
As Charles opens the door to the equipment shed in front of me, I go, thank you very much, push past him and grab a baseball bat out of a bin and turn towards the door.
You've got it raised up. You're sitting in total silence for about 5 seconds. Connor, what do you do? Door's closed. You don't see anything going on inside.
Okay, door's closed. I'll knock and say, hey, Thomas, Charles, just gotta talk.
Is that the janitor guy? Sorry, I haven't spilled any of the fruit punch stuff. Most of it's been kind of handed out to the various parents and stuff, and they've been kind of doing pretty good.
No, that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Unless you've got a badge to show me, you can scram, kid.
I think about it.
Silence falls.
I think, all right, sounds up. I'm just going to slide my badge under the door.
Yeah. This perfect shh noise, and I look down and I look up at Charles and go, yeah, we would have gotten in a lot of trouble if I'd hit him with this bat. And I turn around and drop it back in the thing and open the door and go, I am so sorry, agent. And I hand you back your ID. I never would have driven away if I had known that you were a member of some kind of peacekeeping organization. I apologize. What? I'm just so sorry. This confusion has led to put me in such an awkward circumstance.
Hey, you didn't hit me. It's all good. You didn't shoot at me. I'm happy.
Don't have a gun. Don't have a gun to shoot at you with.
I wouldn't say anything unless I had to. Why were you touching the body, man?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I find myself wedged I'm a wedged bear in a great tightness in this moment.
Trapped animals tend to lash out. Do you need some space, or do you want some more fruit punch?
No, I'm okay. I was there investigating the crime scene. I'm a journalist by trade, as you well know. The sheriff did invite me, so I have broken no law in approaching, although he did not formally deputize me, I suppose. I was invited into the space, and I unfortunately dropped my recorder, and my hand happened to brush up against the body, and I happened to feel a strange sensation of ill emotion, which I broke out into it was just so gross to touch a dead body that it just really shook me right to my...
Like some strange creature was watching you or something? I've been feeling that a little bit recently.
That's such a big jump into such dangerous territory. I feel no need to say anything like that. It just, I don't know, I fumbled for the recorder, I accidentally did it, and I got the skeebies and I ran, and then you shocked me, and I thought, of course, you were some sort of mad college stabber. And so I drove away. It's such a shame.
Was your like recorder broken or something? Did it short circuit and like zap you?
Yeah, man, for sure it
Oh.
did. It zapped me good. Thank you. You were.
The electronic crew here might be able to help.
I
you
was
fix
just
it.
talking to Charles about my stupid recorder.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up a couple chairs and hey, you just ran a bit. You're out of breath. We can take a seat.
Yeah, of course. I sit down.
I sit too.
Good.
That's all right.
Do you sit?
Thomas is stick straight.
Yeah, I'm sort of just like swaying in the corner, still standing a little bit, stretching my like legs and stuff.
For Thomas, this is just the nightmare. This is the dude in the unmarked car who shows up when you ask too many questions. This is the nightmare.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of all this too. Dead girl, higher ups are saying weird shit's happening.
Huh. Weird stuff in small towns does tend to be a thing.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Define weird. Thomas slowly takes out a little notebook and a pencil.
Cards on the table. Something that happened in your past put you on watch. I think that you can know what that event was.
I know I have to cross a lot of state lines for my job, but it's really nothing that serious. I write articles on hiking sites across the Pacific Northwest.
Oh no,
and the
no.
Atlantic.
That's okay. The FBI controls all states. It's not the state lines thing. It's not happening when you're younger.
Oh, is he trying to recruit you? Maybe.
No,
Oh no.
no. I'm just here. There's murder, so I guess that falls into my territory. While I was looking into a few things, and we'll get to Charles in a second. Actually, we'll get to that. Charles is kind of on my radar at the moment.
Oh, what? I've just been kind of like working here though.
Oh, you put me in such. You're being so evasive, Michael. Come on.
I'm an FBI character. I have to be evasive.
Yeah, Thomas will kind of try to like read between the lines a little bit, and he'll go, "Oh, okay, all right. So you are an FBI agent who investigates strange happenings and crimes, and
Yep.
we're investigating me. I, as a journalist, was investigating Charles. Sorry, Charles." I look over.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know he pulls his chair out a little more so that we're sitting in a triangle instead of it being me and Charles and Connor facing us. And I go, so I'm a journalist for WMCR 91.1 FM, but I also write for the Green Expose. It's kind of a tabloid. We're cryptid chasers. You know, we go after Sasquatch and Bigfoot and all that jazz. Somebody, and I look at Charles and I go, somebody saw you do a real clean 15-foot vertical leap after your pole vault snapped in half, and they told a friend who told a friend who told their doctor who told their vet who told my friend who told me. And I drove down to see what the happening was, and then I heard about the heat, and I heard about the missing girl, and I thought that maybe you were some kind of, I don't know, some kind of, you know, mountain witch or whatever. It's you never really know until you're halfway through it. So I started poking around, and you just seem to be, I mean, Charles, you just seem to be a gentleman who can jump very high and run very fast, and so I just sort of stopped. I recently came to the determination that maybe there wasn't anything so strange, although the heat in the area did still concern me. And then lo and behold, this morning a girl got stabbed 24 times in the middle of broad day. After 24 hours going missing, and nobody saw any trace of her body getting dumped until the dawn, which seems precarious. So that's the situation as I know it. I apologize for being so evasive. Are you gonna shoot me? Be honest. Just be honest.
I haven't drawn my weapon.
Yeah.
You're good.
Please, no more deaths on campus or off campus, please, sir.
So Charles, that's what brought me here. You seem like a fine fella. Again, normally this would have all been sort of softballed over the course of about a week, but it's been a tense morning, so things have taken a turn. When you stumbled upon me, I thought I would go talk to the next person I knew who seemed to know potentially about some strangeness in the area, because I did touch the body, and I did feel something. I saw something. I felt heat, unnatural heat, like the same temperature we've been feeling, and this all feels very silly to be saying to an agent of the FBI. I've been looking into house fires and arsons in the area, thinking maybe, you know, somebody's house gets burnt down with 7 people inside. Maybe one of them comes back and decides to burn something else or whatever. I don't know why that would make somebody stab somebody, but it's hot, and I had that vision of heat and fire, and I figured I'd talk to the only other person I knew who might know something, which was Charles, and then you were following after me, and I panicked.
I'll say this much. I don't really believe in the things that go bump in the night, and most things can be explained in a sense. I didn't take this job, the investigations job, willingly. I'm just here reporting.
Right, you're gonna have a
trying to
weird.
help.
You're gonna have a weird next couple days. I'll look at Charles. Do you know anything about fire ghosts? Or
I
is there
hear
local?
the word fire ghosts. and
I'm not
just-
from this area of
just
Mississippi.
write
I don't know what the
down.
local cryptids are. Is there like, I'm thinking of like the New Jersey pig man. There's weird ones out there. Is there that's a real one. I'm not making it up. He just cries because of how ugly he is. His name is Ben. He's pretty chill. But like, have you heard anything else? Is there anything like that locally? Is there any story like that in the area? A mine shaft that went up in flames with everyone inside, something like that?
Would I do sharp for investigate a mystery to like see if like I've heard any like local legends?
Yes, exactly.
That's a 6 flat.
You don't know anything related to supernatural heat or fires. There's a moon man. Supposedly there's a dog man, and everybody's seen black panthers in the swamps of Mississippi.
So there's a
That's what you got.
moon man, a dog man, and secret panthers.
I don't know about any like local arsonists or anything. Sorry. And it'd be a really big fire to like kind of heat up the entire town too.
No, I didn't think that there was a big magical fire. I'm saying, a terrible spirit of winter comes to visit. Nobody's surprised when it gets cold out. I don't know. Again, at first I thought it was all psychics and pyrokinesis and whatnot, and then the more I've traveled around, the more I found that it's just strangeness all over. The FBI is investigating this stuff? Supernatural findings?
We investigate everything.
I will say, Charles, even with a 6, this isn't something you need to roll for. You do know of one other supernatural occurrence. She's elsewhere in town. So you do have that, if you wanted to disclose.
Yeah, I do have a friend I can ask, but confidentiality and all that.
What?
Confidentiality goes out the window when you're talking to an FBI member.
It's also 1991. I'm not entirely sure she's covered by HIPAA yet. That might be later. If you know anybody else, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, I've just been researching in the area to try to see all, what's what. I didn't think that it was pressing. I thought it was warmer temperatures and a little bit of strangeness, but this is from me to you both. There's no such thing as one person dying when this kind of thing happens. So whatever we do, we're going to have to get our get up and go. Things can go from bad to worse to damn near apocalyptic real quick. So
I can always give them a call then.
yeah,
Please.
listen, whatever you think is whatever works.
Pull out the student handbook or the thing, with the various numbers of our students to give Jessica a call.
You call, and it rings a few times, and then you get an answer on the phone. Hello?
Hey, this is Charles Kevinston calling from the university, just checking up on Jessica. She seemed a little kind of under the weather today at their practice before we had to kind of like close down the school. Is she?
Yeah, probably that time of the month or something. She came in from practice and stepped out pretty quick afterwards. She's probably out with the other girls.
All right. I think they went to the park then. Just try and check in on her later. She seems like ill or anything. Please just give us a call. We can get her in contact with the health services.
Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. I guess we can kind of find the other person that might know something about this at the park I think they were heading to.
Okay, so you know somebody that we can speak to. Did you say her name out loud or did you step into the other room to make that call?
I think the walls were probably kind of thin, but I was
You
trying to
guys
be-
heard.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you walk out, you made your best effort to be secretive. You walk out and I go, Jessica knows about this stuff?
Like just yeah, a little bit, but like she might I'm absolutely sure she probably, unless she has like some deep dark side, didn't do this, but she might have some insight onto like various like heat stuff that might give us lead.
All right.
You guys step out and you get into. Do you get into various vehicles or do you jump into one of
I
them?
just we can take my car.
Yeah, everybody else jumps in. There is a shotgun seat, and then there's a cot laid out in the back. There's not 3 seats. And you guys set out in Connor's makeshift FBI vehicle, which is just a maintenance van, down towards the park, where Charles believes Jessica headed, and through a happy coincidence, actually did head to. So that worked out great. We jump cut to Jessica. Jessica, you've made it all the way to the park in town. It's fairly sizable. It takes up, several dozen blocks in the middle of town here, in the middle of Charming. It's quite nice, well manicured. Some sections are purposefully overgrown with trees, so there's a lot of shade in those areas. But for the most part, it's fairly open. The cheerleaders have cleared out. Obviously, you wouldn't have gotten a phone call from Emily Harris if they hadn't already made it back to their various homes. So you're pulling up here midday, the sun's beating down. You are pushing 100 degrees already, and we're looking at like noon at this point. You look around and you see the clear marks of wear and tear on the middle of a large open field from the various tennis shoes of the cheerleading squad doing their routine. So you know this is where they were. Emily made reference to Taylor sitting on a nearby bench and her going missing from there. But otherwise, you have very limited information. What are you doing now that you've made it to the park?
I guess, yeah, the first thing I do is look for the bench. There's really, I just am stressed. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just kind of looking around. But yeah, I guess I'll try and look for the bench and then see a path maybe where she would have gone.
Finding the bench is easy. You don't have to roll for that. So you make your way over. There's only one bench here that has a good view of the routine. And from what you can sort of gather, NCIS style, is slightly around the back and side of where they would have been rehearsing. So it makes sense that they wouldn't have necessarily had eyes on her at all times. But she would have eyes on them, so she could follow along with the routine. You do find that seat, and you take a quick look around. Now roll plus sharp for, I'm going to say investigate a mystery.
I got 10.
10? Nice. For a 10 plus, you hold 2. So you can ask me 2 questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What is being concealed here?
Oh my god. Okay, I want to ask what the creature is and where it went.
Absolutely.
I think? I don't know. I like the questions. I think that's fun.
I'm really getting a terrifying, when we eventually have the millions of dollars we need to fully produce this as an X-Files style TV show, the scene of the cheerleaders and that bench in the background, I can so clearly see like the cheerleaders and the cameras moving and we see that girl sitting on the back bench and then they do something and the camera pans, one of the people passes and she's gone and then it cuts to them looking like this is gonna be good. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, huge. All right, Jessica, what are you thinking for the questions?
I think I'm going to ask first what happened here, and then I'll ask, well, can I ask that first and then wait for the answer?
Yeah, first, what happened here? You look around and at first you're like, what can you even get out of this? You know, it's not like there's a ghost here talking to you, telling you, I was dragged over here. But you look around and you do see some light footprints. There was a bit of rain earlier in the day, so all the ground is a bit muddied. You see footprints that lead slightly away from the bench, about 10 feet. You follow those away, and then you see scuff marks. Like there's some sort of struggle. And then deep, stark indents into the mud as if somebody's being dragged.
Nice.
Yikes. Love that. Then I will ask what sort of creature is it? Because at this point, I'm hearing voices in my head. Someone's dead. If it's a human, that's fine. I just need to know.
This is going to be a hard one for Jessica. Jessica is not a paranormal researcher. She's not an investigator of any kind. There's some movies that you could reference, maybe some books you've read.
Oh yeah, it would definitely
Dracula,
be. I mean, I used a Ouija board, and then I hear voices in my head. Like I'm thinking horror movies. I have no idea.
You're locked in on the horror movie genre, And from the horror movie genre, it seems that this is a more of a humanoid than anything else. She stood up. She walked away. So this thing wasn't, terrifying, whatever it was, or
Yeah.
whoever it was. They made her walk up and walk away with them. And then, after she was a bit of a distance away from the rest of the group, grabbed her. There's no blood spilled here, so you don't think it's like a Frankenstein ripping her head off. If anything, this is like a Dracula, right? Charmed her, pulled her away,
Mhm.
and then absconded with her. Didn't kill her here, but took her away.
Can I follow the footprints even though like I didn't ask the question? Can I still do that or no?
You can follow them a bit of a ways away. Where you are right now, there's a large open field, there's a skate park, and then there's a thick vegetation area into the tree line, and it goes in towards the trees, and then you lose the tracks. The canopy cover stopped a lot of that light rain from getting, so there's no footprints. As you're following that, Jessica, you feel
No.
in a very similar way to when you have that voice enter your mind, a fuzziness just come over you, and you feel your body get slack. If you had enough spit in your mouth here, it would start to dribble out. You completely slacken, and you see a cabin, dilapidated. It is absolutely run down, rotted wood, ancient. There's no windows. There were shutters at one point that are all snapped out, and you see a light orange glow coming out from within. And you hear that voice enter your mind once again, and it says, "Enter." And then you come back to a premonition had of what's going on in this moment. Jessica, you come back to, nobody's seeing this fugue state you've entered. You are still in that thick vegetation, but you don't see any footprints left. And then you hear voices as you turn around. You see Thomas, Connor, and Charles. Maybe you don't know them all by name. Maybe you don't know most of them by name, but you do recognize Charles.
She's a really good student. She's been working really hard. She might have some help for us, hopefully. Also, I do apologize for the purple cone flower. I didn't mean to eat all of it, or any of it too, but it was like a big craving to just chow down on it.
Charles, I understand that you may be embarrassed, but you have to understand, of the things that have a supernatural craving for, flower petals is extremely tame. It's frankly, you should be rather grateful for it. Looking back, I'll go, I thought you said she was here for practice. I don't see anybody. There wasn't anybody else here. As we're like trudging through the woods. This isn't a path, right?
No, you're on the field here, and you're looking around.
And you went.
Jessica's like 15 feet.
Thomas has pulled the pant legs that he took off back on and is zipping them back up so that he doesn't get any ticks. As we're like making our way out into the field, I'll look around and try to
they might have all gone home. Perhaps if word spread about the one student passing, but hopefully they're all going to get home safely and all that.
Look, you're the one that knows her, and I push him forward.
Yeah,
Call her
Jessica,
name.
are you out there? Maybe she went home too, but I can try calling again when I get back
I think
to the
I'm
shed.
just not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna stand there.
Jessica's standing behind this tree as you call out. Connor, roll me a plus sharp.
Not my best thing. It's actually one of my worst. That is a 7.
You spot that there is a crisp, clean Red Rider bicycle down a ways on this path. Clearly, there were a lot of bicycle marks that went away, but this one is still here. So there is at least someone here.
Hey, we're just here to talk.
Jessica, are you out there? Any of the cheer squad?
If I were to take a peek and step out, what would happen?
You would be seen.
No, that's fine. I just am worried about being
Like mechanically?
accosted.
I think I
what
can.
I'm concerned about is the fact that I was told to hide by the voice in my head that tells me to do bad things. And when I don't do them, I have to do even worse things. But I think I just need to bite the bullet. I just need to be seen.
I think if it alleviates if it doesn't seem to make sense for your character to approach, I'll say sometime around this, when Charles is calling your name and Connor is establishing that he is an authority, I'll go, I'm gonna go take a look at everything up there and see what I can't find out myself. And I'll turn around and sort of run back up, sensing that I am the really weird person to be here, right? We have an FBI agent and somebody who knows her. I'll turn around and skedaddle. Did we see any of the signs of struggle that she did? Or because we weren't looking for them, do you think that we just cruised right by?
You weren't looking for them. You don't know that anything's even happened here.
Yeah.
You're just trying to find one person who is probably fine.
I'll jog up the way to the thing just because in my mind I'm like, well, if she's going to come out, she's going to come out for these two people, then it makes sense. And if she doesn't, it'd be good to have somebody near where we know that other people will go. And so I'll jog back up the hill.
Thomas, you jog up the hill a bit, and you're still looking over this field. You still see that shining bicycle nearby. Clear marks that the cheerleaders were here at one point. You see skaters over in the skate park, a couple people on scooters, mostly on skateboards, performing various tricks. Some kids not old enough to perform tricks are sitting on the half pipe looking out at the rest of them doing their stuff. Is there anything you're doing while you're up here, or are you just here to be a deterrent in case anybody else walks through?
And he's just looking around, trying to get a sense for things. If he had noticed the struggle by the bench, I was going to have him use his like psychometry kind of trick, but I think in this situation it doesn't really make sense. He's not a deterrent. He's looking to see if somebody ran this way, like if we are just headed in the wrong direction and whoever it is actually out here, or they might come back around. He's mainly trying to wait and not look like the world's biggest freak. So I think he puts the like press badge that he had on earlier on and gets his recorder out just so that if somebody looks at him quickly, they won't think that he is a random man in this park. They'll be like, oh, he's doing something.
For sure, the clipboard mechanism of incognito.
As a real life user of the clipboard trick, absolutely. He gets the recorder out. He even maybe makes it look like he's recording bird sounds or some shit.
Yeah.
Like he's really getting it.
For sure. Jessica, we cut back to you. You see Thomas run away. Charles is calling out to you. Connor is announcing that he just needs to talk to you. He's looking for information. You've been told by this voice to stay hidden. What do you do?
Oh well, I guess I have to not stay hidden. I guess I just reveal myself and I say, "Hey, I was just looking for my friend."
Oh, I sort of take a jump back when she like appears. Be like, hey, Jessica, which friend is that then?
I'm looking for. Her name is Emily, correct?
No,
No.
you're looking for Taylor.
Taylor. Okay.
All these white girl names. Sorry.
If someone's missing, more eyes are better than two. All right, let's look.
Sure thing.
Was this the last place you saw her?
Yeah, it looks like human footprints. It looks like maybe she walked into the woods on her own. I have no idea. I don't think she would do that.
Not an outdoors kind of person.
No, she just wouldn't walk into the woods. She was sitting on this bench, I guess, and now she's gone.
At this moment, Thomas, you see Jessica stepping out.
I was really ready to do the joke in 45 minutes of going, God, I hope they get back soon. Yeah, no, I'll turn around and go, oh shit, it worked. And sort of jog down the hill. Hey, Charles, hey, Connor, hey, hello. I'm here with your friend Charles there.
Jessica just mentioned that another person's kind of gone missing in this area too.
Yeah. Oh, I saw you earlier. I pointed her
Jessica
and go,
yeah.
when I was running.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
For introductions as well, Jessica.
Gross.
Sorry.
In those huge hiking boots? Yeah, was
Listen.
that you, bro?
I had a place to be. You don't need to be mean about my boots.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense. My name's Thomas Puck. I'm a reporter. Helping your friends here. So your friend went missing. I caught the tail end of it.
Yeah, are you gonna report on it?
I mean, yeah. I was investigating the other situation with the other. I'm looking at my two companions trying to figure out whether or not we are immediately disclosing the weirdness to everybody we meet, or if that is sort of dependent.
Yeah, Jessica, they're both here mostly. I guess Connors is an agent, and
Well, we're not supposed to say that, but all right.
Well, hey, you said nothing's confidential, though.
Well,
That's the two-way
all right.
a two-way track.
It is now confidential. We do not
Yes.
say I'm an agent.
All right, very well. But Jessica, they're kind of like concerned about like the heat and the disappearances and stuff. So they're kind of like trying to get to the bottom of
heat.
that.
All right. I'm a reporter. I write mostly about hiking trails and whatnot, but I also write about sort of strange happenings, things that seem to be of an unnatural nature. Hearing about the strange heat, somebody disappearing, and a couple of other things in the area. As I look over at Charles,
You
I
think it's
was
not-
investigating, and now I'm investigating this.
He was following me for a while, but did not kill me, at least.
What? That's so you're kind of leading on with that. That was never an option. The first person I came here to take a look at was Charles. I had heard some strange things, and then noticing the heat, noticing everything else, I stuck around, and now, well, you must have heard about the girl who was murdered.
Yeah, she was my friend.
Sorry to hear that. But seems like we've got some other people missing, and as fun as it is to awkwardly try to explain my whole shenanigans, I think we better start poking around.
So we're not letting the police. We're just gonna.
Well, we
Keep this insular. Sure.
We
yeah.
absolutely
Okay,
can.
So you don't think it's like? So you think it's weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I'd be happy to call Joe Woodard your local sheriff, but the last time I saw him, he was by himself with a police barricade. He made himself, calling stab wounds lacerations. So I unfortunately just do not feel the great crushing pressure to get his keen-eyed observations involved in our situation right now. If we can maybe poke around and get a detail fresh rather than a few hours from now. Did this friend of yours go missing just now? Was this a few
Yeah.
moments ago?
It was within an hour. You would know that, Jessica.
During practice.
All right. I just in that case, I sorry, I thought this was a little bit of it all. He'll turn and just start what nobody else seems to have broached into. He just starts yelling, "Taylor!" like making his way around. He'll look for tracks and stuff, but
Yeah, Thomas, you start calling out. You get no response, but this is only the beginning of your hunt here. Charles, Connor, and Jessica, what are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna look to Jessica and say, "Hey, yep, FBI agent. I don't have a cell phone, so we can't really get the sheriff fast. So looking's kind of the best option.
Dude, no one has a cell phone.
Some people in Washington do.
Wow, that's fancy.
Very. I don't make enough money for that.
I know the terrain, so I can definitely help out with the search.
Yeah, so Charles, you're probably going to set off with Thomas to start looking through the woods as he's calling out. You're going to start looking around as well. Jessica, you have looked at these original track marks. Otherwise, nearby, there's that skate park. There's the open fields here. You know that she walked here, so there's not a car to search through or a bike to find. But what are Jessica and Connor doing?
I say, so showing the footprints that you saw, and we'll kind of take it from there.
I saw these footprints, and then they went as far as this here.
Yeah, you walk him through the crime scene as you've seen it.
And then nothing weird happened after that, if you're
And
wondering.
I do want to remind our players here, there is an ability called Use Magic, a move called Use Magic. For our more magically inclined characters, that is always an option.
Me.
I was working up to trying to use sensitive on the tracks. That's why earlier I was like, do I see anything? So if she points them out, I can sort of walk up. So the tracks just end.
Yeah, the tracks end after they get under the canopy cover of these trees.
Okay, so it's
you're
not that
able to see
it's
more.
not that they stop at a set of footprints.
Yeah.
It's that they go into like actual leaf cover and tree cover. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Thomas will lean down and go, all right, I might be able to help out a little bit. It's not just a little quiet. And he'll reach out with his hand and put his hand in the ground, on the ground on top of one of the footprints. And I'm going to use sensitive. I can open my brain to the psychic environment and roll plus weird. Oh, almost boxcars. 11 plus 2 13. He lifts off the ground. No. Yeah, so as he like rests down, his body kind of like stiffens and his eyes get kind of cloudy. On a 10 plus, you gain a definitive impression, a vision, tangible aura, overheard thoughts, etc. about something important.
You put your hands down on this track and you see the definitive silhouette of a man wearing a business suit. There's shoulder pads on it because we're still in the 90s, loose slacks. It's a pinstripe suit, but very good quality. And then you feel the sensation of fear as if you're being grabbed, and then nothing.
I don't know how to say this, but I think Jerry Seinfeld did it. No,
No, not again.
Yeah, I'll lean up and go, all right. Yeah, it looks like it was a man wearing a suit. Looked well dressed. Looked modern though. Didn't look old. Didn't look like so no, no Civil War shit. No old timey clothes. No pilgrim clothes. He was dressed modern. Made eye contact with somebody and they walked off all on their own. I don't see any more. He's looking around. I don't see any more tracks.
Are there any fancy like cars around here?
No, and
You hold on. You could see things. That's
I-
weird.
it's vague, but yeah. If I touch,
but like by choice.
what?
Let's say there are other people in this woods that can see things, but it isn't by choice. Is that something?
I've met other people before. It doesn't start by choice, but if you noodle with it enough, sometimes you
good
can
news.
get a little bit of a better grip on it. Can you do things yourself? I've only met one or two other people sort of in my wheelhouse, who seem to be able to do things with their minds. I don't. As Charles raises his hand and says, I go, I've met a few folks a little bit more in your neck of the woods, Charles, but not too many, not especially enough that are willing to share about it. But yeah, I've only ever met one other person, one or two other people like me, and for one of them it went real bad. For the other one, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time, but
So if perchance someone was hearing voices, able to see things, do you think that could go bad for that person as well?
is it? Well, I don't really know. What kind of voice do you hear? And he'll gets his notebook out and flips it like I described last time, where he like goes to the opposite cover and starts taking some light notes.
I think we use this moment to separate the party yet again. We've got Thomas and Jessica working through how she might be able to use her magics here in a useful way and also in a safe way for Jessica. We also follow Charles and Connor as they do more investigation in a more physical sense.
Yeah.
Connor, what are you doing?
I'm looking at all of them. All are fucking weird. All right. We're looking.
Yeah, and I can show you some of the ins and outs to the kind of like park and stuff if you want to kind of keep your eyes peeled. So I'll try to do a help
Thank
out
you.
roll for whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'll ask how big the park is, closest roads, kind of stuff like that.
What'd you get on the help?
9.
A 9. So you get a +1, Connor, to your roll, and that's going to be plus sharp. Well, I guess it depends. You can either read a bad situation or investigate a mystery. Most likely, you're going to be investigating a mystery, so you're going to roll plus
Yeah.
sharp.
With +1. Sweet. So that is an 8.
You can hold 1.
Just where did it go?
Through asking Charles about the best routes around here, you find that while this section gives the illusion of a dense forested area, there is in fact a parking lot maybe 200 yards away. The thick vegetation occludes view of that, but there is a parking lot right over there. You walk over that way and you find an empty lot after those couple hundred yards, but you do see there are some tire marks here where they've come in, burned out, stopped, but there's nobody sitting here, nobody standing here. But you do see that this is a fairly well-used lot, and it has a straight shot to where the cheerleaders were practicing.
Do the tire tracks, those burnout marks, look identical to the ones we saw earlier?
Yeah, roll me plus sharp for investigate a mystery.
I mean, you could certainly
Yeah,
get
that's
like the scale, like the size of the width of the tire, and a few other things.
It's more a question of did you do it in the last place, and are you doing it here in a way that's going to be meaningful?
9.
Yes. You find tire marks that are equivalent. They are, in a very real way, similar to your utility van. It seems very similar.
And they were leaving this lot.
Yeah, you see it burn out onto the main road away from it.
Shit. I'm assuming she's been abducted.
No body left here, at least, so maybe she's still alive.
Fingers crossed. All right, we got to book it. Back to the group. Tell them where does this road lead to? This parking lot out of.
So this town is built on basically a circle. So this main road is the exterior circle. So it would lead to the skirts, basically.
And where the last buy was that the skirts too?
The last part is also, it was on the opposite end of the skirts. So where you are here, right now you are in the west. The body was found in the north.
Or when I've got the weird like feeling of being watched, like I guess it was 2 nights ago or something. Was that like on the outskirts of town too, in one of these areas?
That was actually in the heart of the town. That was in Shady Grove.
So whoever the perpetrator is, they're working on the outskirts, going around town. Seems like they're just making the circle. If we were to assume right, they'll be going to the south next if they're following the pattern.
Connor, you are describing this to Charles as you're running through the woods back towards Thomas and Jessica. At the same moment, Thomas and Jessica, you're working through Jessica's powers.
So you said you hear a voice. Is it the same voice every time, or do you hear new voices, different voices? Often, the few times I've done it, sometimes I hear other people's.
Same voice, and I don't know who it is.
All right, it's the same voice every time.
Would it help to tell you that I may or may not have used a Ouija board?
Like from Hasbro?
Maybe it has something to do with it. Maybe it doesn't.
I mean,
Listen, I don't really like him. I thought it was a joke.
Ouija boards are sold, and you can buy a Ouija board at Walmart. I don't think you have to worry about having
that's
been
what I thought.
cursed
But
by
then I started hearing voices, so
cursed by the spirit of the planchette. We're gonna need to hit a library or something. If we can look up maybe something in the area, somebody who died, some terrible nonsense kind of way. I mean, what you're talking about, it sounds like a possession maybe, or some kind of haunting. I don't know. We can look into it though, but we just got to do a little bit of research. Has anybody heard voices before? Has anybody, things like that?
I did have a vision of a cabin somewhere. I don't know where.
Surrounded by woods, surrounded by other
Yeah.
woods. Okay, cabin in the woods.
Like,
That's always great and never goes bad a single time, no matter what happens. This is shaping up to, I hate to say it, missing girls and cabins in the woods. This is shaping up to be about 10 kinds of nasty. Oh, hey, it's Connor. And I see Charles and Connor sprinting through the woods.
We will save you the difficulty. Connor, you described the same stuff you described to Charles as you all rip through. Charles, you make it up first. You are supernaturally gifted physically, so you blow Connor out of the water, which, Connor, you probably do think is a bit weird because you are a highly trained FBI agent.
I assume at this point we're kind of power walking to the van up through the top part. I'll go, but what's strange is the tire marks were found where the body was left last time, and these ones are where the body was taken. I know we got to do this right now. If we poke around later, we might be able to find where the first girl was taken. If it left the same marks, looking the same kind of way, he'll run off thinking that maybe if later today we don't have anything to look into, we can go look for a third set somewhere and maybe find something. But as we go up, I'll go, I'm afraid, though, given the timetable, Taylor might only have 24 hours, give or take?
Probably less.
23?
Yeah, or how long had she been missing for?
The first one had been missing for a day, and she was killed before daybreak the next day. That's Janice.
I mean, I guess 24 stab wounds, maybe the person or creature is doing like 1 an hour on her. So
24 stab
sooner
wounds.
the better.
24 stab wounds, 1 for every hour of the day, right before dawn, and there's a cabin in the woods. Shit.
You get into the van, start it up. It's starting to get a little bit cramped in the van now with as many members and the various surveillance equipment in the back. Connor, you're in the driver's seat. Where are you going?
If our goal is to sweep the town, like go back to the school, let me pick up my truck and we can have 2 bodies on the road.
All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, you quickly make progress to campus. It's not very far away from here. It's only a couple minutes drive. Thomas, you hop out. Who's going to go with Thomas? Who's going to go with Connor?
Are there any scorch marks in this parking lot?
Go ahead and give me.
It just occurred to me that
three.
this is one of the places that she would be likely to go missing from. Roll plus sharp 7. 4 plus 1 plus 2.
You do see burned tire marks here. Somebody did a quick
Oh.
getaway from this location.
And it's not donut. I pointed them and I go, "There's burn marks here." But it's not donuts or nothing. I look around, like it doesn't look like they were whipping around
There
the
it is.
parking lot a whole bunch. I go, "All right, she might have been taken from right here." We're still getting theories out. We're still throwing spaghetti at the wall. I'm saying this as I'm like running over to my car. But I'll look over the top and I'll go, "But I can't help but find it a little bit suspicious. Christopher Burns knew something happened, but he didn't want to close the campus." And I'll shut my door and drive off in the Ford Ranger to help search the town as fast as possible.
Thomas, you slam your door shut, calling out that claim about Christopher Burns. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.